Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV so.
Eti Yakubu ya aduma mimi nde me tete fu ya dia ba ye no ugbo wula sunsun e betima baso
so e baso se ni eno de nye sunsun asem Abusuapanin prim na koma nti ye no baba mienu omba ye omde but se dem di kaka no one side omuma okay Lumba twetwu twum no
eti ma ba be bua se Akosua Serwah na emu esese wo ye kuna no man ye basa se na abusua nso Abusuapanin to park down di kan ayo mo de na wie o emfa ntawantawa bi ma
ntina omasem no ade bia ayebasa so
ayewunai
na ni yie mu no Abusuapanin pedi yie no pasumdue na se de moje biengu na owo ya Faustina ene odobroni ne Abusuapanin esisisi omusu ya emmemu a na yie mu no ko oma onpo so kakra no mo nyina abre don reset nema no mo start bibia fofo
baba ga na chiwase a diufo binimu ni wo ma nusunsun so amo ka se sie Daddy Lumba on the 13th a nipa binu be wu bi mu se miensa no sampelimfo na nipa igina wa boy ana sunsun wo ni sisi wo mo so wo
me de miensa na nipa miensa na me hu omanim nti miensa na mabo Faustina Fosuh ano apagya ndaka bonebo odobroni Daddy Lumba ede ne kente edwira no afra ne bie ne nyina da mpa ba akoso Abusuapanin ne nsamanfo afre no eso wantimi antutu fie yie ana ese panyin otene fie man kurare nanka no yebu nankarefo a ye ka ne ka ho nto nko asamando no nko enu ano so
baba ye ko we de tew ebele ti ai pa
kakra maka nyina se Ghana fo nyina no mmimo mpae ema Akosua Serwah ene odobroni ene omo ka ho omo ko be nyina papa shi no nyina mmimo mpae.
It doesn't seem like this Daddy Lumba funeral issue is going away anytime soon. But as you just seen, that was Prophet Yawasanti, who's based in the USA, United States of America. And what he said is that he had a revelation before Daddy Lumba passed on that he was going to pass on. And after he has passed on, he has had further revelations about what is going to happen after the burial on the 13th of December 2025, if it goes on as planned by Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu. Because the man of God says that Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu has made up his mind that he won't listen to anybody. It looks like they've broken bricks and stuck it in his ears. So why not Jane say onti obia? Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu say onti obia. Na saa sofu yi Prophet Yawasanti of Ote USA, United States of America, was say onu ohun say Daddy Lumba obekọ ne krechi na efiri ho no so was say who say eye nechi so mo ye 13th of December 2025 eye nechi was say nipa miensa betwa Daddy Lumba ewo asamado enti ono wode one another out. I just wanted to start this episode with that. Now, in Crawford Obo Mudi, ohun odobroni Priscilla Oforiata. Or say, ohun say, obeko ne krechi. After 13 December 2025, Faustina Fosuh, Daddy Lumba, Ninu Aketwa last born. Or say, ono so beko ne krechi. Ena, Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu nipa na so odin o se onti obia no o se ono so o me friend asamado because ade a wo ye efa Charles Kojo Fosuh eye no ho ne nje ho enti charges be wo ne so ye be friend na samado so be yi nano e wo ho enti ono so wo hu say ewo da ne so enti san crofo miensa we odobro ni Priscilla Oforiata because we say Priscilla Oforiata de nyame yi kire ne de Daddy Lumba anware no and even enya possible because Bible says what God has joined together let no man put asunder. And he said when Daddy Lumba oti enkwamu no while Daddy Lumba was alive if he didn't divorce Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh in a court because their marriage is an ordinance marriage. And it doesn't matter the judgment that Kumasi High Court in Ghana gave. It doesn't change the fact that in Germany, the ordinance marriage of Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh is recognized. And that is where the marriage took place. So whether Ghanaian High Court does what they want to do because they want to make it possible for Odobroni to wedge a way for Odobroni to become Dukuna and also be classified as wife. It doesn't change the fact that the ruling in the Kumasi High Court was a bogus ruling. It doesn't change that fact. It is a fact. Because nobody, not even a judge, can divorce a dead person after they're dead. Not even a judge can do it. Not even a judge can do it. Divorce a dead person after they're dead. Only the living couple can divorce themselves while they're alive. So it doesn't matter what bogus judgment the Kumasi High Court brought out. It doesn't change the fact. Because we all know that Daddy Lumba was a German citizen. And he had German documents. And he had his German documents because of his ordinance marriage to Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh. So those facts don't change. So this is the warning for Abusuapanin and his cronies who are set on doing their funeral on the 13th of December 2025. As some way, there are problems ahead after they do the burial and the funeral. So it's up to them. I also heard Eagle Prophet saying that there's going to be casualties. Other men of God have said there's going to be casualties at the actual funeral on the 13th of December. And then obviously there's going to be calamity after. He's talking about deaths as well. So Eagle Prophet must have seen something similar because he said he was going to speak to the relevant people who he had seen that death was going to come after the burial. So this is the warning. If they want to still go out, Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu wants to still do the funeral on the 13th, he's welcome. But this is the warning from Prophet Yawasante. And so let's leave it there. I would like you to help us grow this channel by liking, sharing, subscribe, and press that notification bell so that we can notify you of new content. And now, the substantive matter I want to address in this episode of Judge of Ghana TV is the 8 reasons why Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and her children should ghost Daddy Lumba's funeral. They shouldn't go there. The 8 reasons why they shouldn't attend the Daddy Lumba funeral scheduled for 13th December 2025. I'm going to give them 8 reasons why they shouldn't attend. And maybe I'll talk around there are other reasons as well. other smaller ancillary reasons, but they're all important. So let's start. Why Akosua Serwah Fosuh and her children should ghost Daddy Lumba's funeral. A masterclass in self-preservation. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. The funeral of the legendary Daddy Lumba is set for 13 December 2025, and the drama is already hotter than a pot of soup. While Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu is rolling out the funeral plans, the immediate family of Lumba, through an explosive press release, has already declared that they won't attend. So whether the court case they filed and they're going to court on the 11th of December, if the case is thrown out of court, they will not attend this funeral. If the court, their case is upheld, then it looks like it will be next year that the funeral of Daddy Lumba will take place. So whatever the case is, they've made their stance clear. So why on earth should Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and her 3 children, all the way in Germany, step into what's shaping up to be less of a funeral and more of a public execution? Let's break down this matter further. 1. And so I'm now going to go through the reasons why. 1. The immediate family said, don't come. And they mean it. When the people who knew Daddy Lumba's heart, his last wishes, and his final days say, we won't be there, that's not a suggestion. It's a red flag the size of Ghana. Attending against their clear stance isn't loyalty. It's walking into a lion's den wearing a suit made of goat meat. What do you think is going to happen? If the inner circle is boycotting, there's fire behind that smoke. After all, there's no smoke without fire. And you don't bring your children into a burning house. It's a very dangerous thing for Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh to allow any of her 3 children with Daddy Lumba to go to this 13 December 2025 funeral. It's a very dangerous thing. You're sending them into the lion's den. These people don't like you, and they certainly don't like the children from your womb. So many things could happen to them. And, when people have been, God has shown men of God that certain people will die, they can try to use your children, your 3 children, as scapegoats. Don't send them into the lion's den. Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh. It doesn't make any sense. The second reason, vilification is not a funeral ritual. Funerals in our culture are for mourning, celebrating a life, and finding closure. But this one, it's giving public roasting vibes. Why should Mrs. Fosuh subject herself, and more importantly, her children, to an event where they might be side-eyed, whispered about, and worse, openly shamed? Go where you are celebrated, not where you are not tolerated or where you are vilified. Don't go where you're vilified. Let the prophets of gossip preach to an empty pew. If you see a tea, baby, obi time wo, say nipa na wo, baby, I won't call in Crawford no majority or more time. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Yan send him so obeko baby a time clearly san crofo way. You say aboa on kawa on yen the same channel. O my vene almost say at channel Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and a womba and now more Germany. My catcher almost saying Colano crowd who's dear next year no be free. Almost so muntie. Now once I done so oba bene. Grofo piwua body no cry you. You don't see their body. Some people die in fire. Some people die in water. Their bodies are never recovered. Some people are just missing and no one ever sees them again. So if you don't see a dead body, at least you have memories of when they were alive. You have things you can remember about them. That is a better way to remember people than go and see. You won't even see a dead body when you come to the place. So what's the point? You spend all this time and money and effort coming at very short notice to a funeral, and you're not going to see the dead body because Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu has made it clear on UTV when he attended a couple of weeks ago after the Kumasi High Court judgment of Judge Dorinda Smith Arthur. After the judgment of Judge Dorinda Smith Arthur, the Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu went to United TV and said the casket will be closed. So when there's a closed casket, you don't even know what is inside the casket. And if you hear the stories that Ola Michael has been saying on his show on Neat FM, and it's circulating, it looks like even the casket will be empty, or they'll put an animal in there instead. So they're playing some mind games because people are talking at the moment that the body of Daddy Lumba is missing. So don't go because they vilify you. So the first reason I gave was the immediate family of Daddy Lumba said don't come. And they mean it, so don't come. Secondly, vilification is not a funeral ritual. You don't go to funerals to be vilified. So now the third reason, the closed casket conundrum, spooky and suspicious. Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu himself said it on UTV United Base. The casket will be closed. No one will see the body anyway. So why bother going to the funeral? If you want to be sure that the man is dead, you need to have evidence by seeing the body. If even they will allow the children and the close family who are not going to be attending, they prevented them from seeing Daddy Lumba's body. Why bother to go to the funeral? Because you're not going to see anything. Hold up. If the casket is closed, how do we even know who's inside? With rumors swirling that Lumba was part of an occultic group and might be buried earlier in secret somewhere in Accra. Are we attending a funeral or a theatrical performance? Why fly across continents to mourn a possibly empty box? The fourth reason for not attending, Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and your children, occult rumor and secret burials, a plot twist no one needs. Let's speak the unspeakable. The streets are buzzing that Lumba's real burial might already be done, quietly, privately, mysteriously. If this is true, then the December 13 event is a show for the cameras. Why should Akosua Serwah Fosuh, Mrs. and her children be used as extras in this drama? Funerals are for laying souls to rest, not for staging mysterious spectacles. The fifth reason, the court showdown. Will the injunction even hold? There's a court hearing scheduled for 11 December 2025 at the Accra High Court. Just 2 days before the funeral, the immediate family is seeking an injunction to hold the proceedings. But here's the tea. Word on the legal street is that it might get thrown out. If that happens, the funeral will proceed under a cloud of controversy, tension, and possible chaos. Do you want to be in the middle of that with your 3 children? I think not. Kindly go to www.kofi.com/coachra. Download these 2 free ebooks. The first ebook is on 365 days of leadership daily devotional. And the other book is on corruption in the 54 countries of Africa. The sixth reason, the autopsy mystery, still unresolved. The family hasn't been able to arrange a fresh autopsy with Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu, although he said during the court proceedings to decide whether Mrs. Akosua Fosuh was the legal wife in the Kumasi High Court. Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu said that he will allow for a fresh autopsy to be done, but clearly he has reneged on his words, so his words mean nothing. Questions remain unanswered, truths possibly buried. Attending a funeral where the cause of death isn't even settled is like watching a movie with the climax ripped out. Why go to a cemetery that might hide more than it honors? Point 7. The seventh reason why Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and her children should not bother to leave Germany and come to the 13 December 2025 funeral. The seventh reason is protect the children's peace at all costs. This isn't just about adults and their dramas. These are children who lost a father. Their memory of saying goodbye shouldn't be marred by whispers, tensions, or a circus of suspicions. Let them mourn in peace, in a space filled with love, not a political battlefield disguised as a funeral. Protect the children's peace at all costs, Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh. After all, let them remember their father as he was alive, when he was with them in Germany, when he came to visit them, and when he was there with them. It is a better way to have closure than to bring them to this circus, which is everything about this 13 December 2025 burial is fake. The people are fake. Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu is fake. The Odobroni Priscilla Ofori Atta is fake. Faustina Fosu is fake. Why would you count all the people involved in this 13 December 2025 funeral of Daddy Lumba are fake? How can you be Abusuapanin and you have been at loggerheads? You haven't spoken to Charles Kwejo Fosu, Daddy Lumba, for over 20 years because you are not on speaking terms. You have a beef, and you are the one that is now burying him. Does it make sense? Sometimes the way we do things in Ghana, this Abusuapanin nonsense, sometimes it becomes a nonsense. When you get Abusuapanins like this, the whole Abusuapanin way is a nonsense because they make everything shambolic. The eighth reason The eighth and final reason, only time will tell. So let time do its job. When the dust settles, the truth will surface. But until then, why rush into a potential tragedy? Let the factions fight it out. Let the courts decide. Let the rumors run their course. Wisdom isn't about being right. It's about staying safe, sane, and dignified while the storm rages. Stay out of the warfare. Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and your children. Please. Because these people haven't got any good mind for you and your children. It's better to be safe than sorry. Even if you look at the atmosphere, this is not the time to be traveling. 2025 has been a year of tragedy upon tragedy. We've seen so many plane crashes, so many car crashes, so many people have died. People with, people of position, a lot of them have died. So, if you want to clear sao, sell befa plane, who no be Ghana. If you want to clear sa, so to me free, I'm on a neighbor Ghana, but you shouldn't worry yourself and tempt fate by forcing yourself to come because you are not even comfortable. The people don't like you. They even warn you that before they let you do the kuna, when you are the only legal spouse of Daddy Lumba, you have to come and beg them. So why are you coming to Ghana for? And your children? Are you going to expose your children to these wolves? Wolves. Because they are wolves in sheep's clothing. These people are wolves in sheep's clothing. These people, because they don't take telling. They don't want harmony. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And they don't care. Yentiobia people. That's what Abusuapanin and his crew are. Dobroni and those with their Yentiobia people. So lead them to do what they are doing. Stay away. So the final verdict is stay home. Stay sacred. Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and your children, your 3 children. This is something you could do. Just a suggestion. Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh, take your children's hands, light a candle in your home in Germany. Play Lumba's great hits and celebrate the man you know. Away from the noise, away from the nonsense. Funerals are for closure, not chaos. And if the casket is closed, the body may not even be there. What exactly are you flying to Ghana to see? Go where you are loved. Go where his memory is honored, not weaponized. And let the world remember, sometimes the strongest statement you can make is by staying away. Only time will tell, but you don't have to be in the front row while it does. So this is my message to Mrs. Akosua Serwah Fosuh and her 3 children with Charles Kwejo Fosuh Daddy Lumba. Stay away from the 13th December 2025 Abusuapanin Kofi Owusu burial funeral plans. Just stay away. Leave him to do what he wants to do. That's the best thing. And my prayers are with you and your children at this very difficult time. And I'm giving you this advice because I know what I went through after the demise of my husband. And you have to keep your sanity because there are so many wicked men. It's after a person dies that you see the character of the people around you. Yes. It's after you die that you see. But unfortunately, you're a spirit. So unless you are in a coma and God brings you back, and God has been gracious to me. In 2020, I was in a coma. And when I came back, I was in a coma for over 1 month. When I came back, I couldn't walk. I could barely talk. But when you're in a coma and you come back, and if people died and they could come back, they will get to know truly who loves them and who hates them. Because that's when the heart of man is revealed to you. But you're no longer in this earthen body. You have left your earthen body. After all, what is a body? A body is a house. It's like changing houses and going to a different house. Your spirit leaves your body and goes to live in a different house, which is the spiritual body. That's what happens when you die. So nobody who has died is dead. They are alive in the spirit. Just that they're not in this house and in this realm. So you can't see them like how you see them in this realm. Unless God reveals it to you in a dream, or you have a revelation, or some other supernatural experience. So me, I know the benefit of knowing people for who they are, the heart of man. And if I didn't go to a coma in 2020 and come back by the grace of God, I would never have known who my real enemies were. Because some people who were close to me were devils themselves. And because God gave me the grace to come back from coma and to see how these people acted when I came back. What they did, I just had to cut them out of my life. So going into a coma and God giving you the grace to come back, it's like being dead and coming back from the dead. Then you see the true character of the people around you. I've cut out all the fake people from my life since I came back from the coma. Because God revealed what they were like while I was in the coma. Because being in a coma, some people say you don't remember anything. I can tell you that my experience of being in a coma, I remember everything. Where they took me, what I saw. I went to different places. I saw different things. They told me things that are going to happen in the future, in Ghana, in the world, in my life. God showed me everything. Or showed me what he wanted to show me. So all I want to say is that the heart of man is exceedingly wicked. Who can know the depths thereof? Now Daddy Lumba is now a spirit. He can see the heart of men, the people that he trusted, and the Abusuapanin's hearts. But he can't do anything in this physical realm. So let's leave things here. If you like this type of content, I would like you to like, share, subscribe, and press that notification bell when you subscribe. All I like to say is, Ghana first, always. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode. Bye.